Builder to builder, good morning. It's the end of the year. Let's prepare ourselves. I want to talk to you today about the power of the production week. I want to talk to you about owning the production week and understanding where we are. So it's the end of the year. Whatever you did this year, you did now, baby. It's over with. And so how you have mastered your production up until this point, it indicates and dictates the success that you've had, not just your economic success, but what kind of flow rate, what kind of production, what kind of impact have you had as far as your work product is concerned in this year. But I want you to focus on what's next. See, we're at that turning point. It's over with. It's over with. But there are 52 weeks in the year. You have an amazing opportunity to get yourself ready for 2025. And that's what we're doing around here. At both of my shops, that's what we're doing. We are positioning ourselves for 2025. There are 52 weeks in a year. And I want you to think like that. There are 52 weeks in a year, but there are 52 Mondays. Every 5 or 6 years, you get 53 Mondays. But there are 52 opportunities. There are 52 Mondays. And so what I do in my business, every Monday is a calculation. Every Monday, hey, where am I? Where are we in this thing? Now here, I want to bless you with something else. The other thing I want you to do, I want you to take your labor. I want you to take your percentage of technicians you have, and I want you to see your capacity. I want you to see the capacity that you could produce. Now, to really build a car, you're talking about anywhere from, generally speaking, 1,000 to 3,000 hours. That's on the kind of the moderate side of things. If you're doing more advanced projects, say Pebble Beach and stuff like that, then you're talking 4,000 to 6,000 hours. You're doing this one-of-a-kind Riddler car, then you may be talking about 5,000 to 7,000 hours. But here's what I want you to understand. Here's what I want you to see. You only get so many hours within a year. You only get so much. So let's say you have 5 technicians at your business, and let's say those 5 technicians work 40 hours a week. That's going to give you 200 hours. That's all you got this Monday is 200 hours between Monday and Friday. We're not going to work the weekends. We're not going to be working all night because we want to be fresh. We want quality of impact. And this is what how I want you to think. So then you take those 200 and you multiply them. Let's say you work 52 weeks and your whole crew is working 52 weeks. You got yourself to the point where it's you and 4 more that's actually pushing projects forward. That's going to give you 10,400 hours for the year. Now, there is a financial calculation to that, but go back to what I said earlier. If it takes 1,000 to 3,000 hours to complete a car, then if everybody works and don't nobody get sick and everybody's pushing and it never goes in reverse, you have a capacity. See, there's a ceiling. You have a ceiling of 10,400 hours. That's just the way the game goes. So then you look at where the average car you're doing is 1,000 hours. Well, you can only do 10 cars. No matter how you cut it, you can only do 10. No, the average car we do is 2,000 hours. Well, you can only do 5 cars, and that's just the way that works. But then if you say, you know what, we have 25% of downtime, wasted time, waiting on parts, clients have to wait on decisions, you're not approved to go forward, the economics on the car didn't come in, so we have a cycle where we're pausing on cars. Hey, that's a real aspect of this business as well. So then you go from 10,400 hours to now you're somewhere around 7,500, 7,600, something like that. So you got 7,600 hours. You go back to that same calculation, that's only 3 cars. So that's how I want you to process your year. That's how I want you to process going forward in 2025. I want you to see the production. And if that's not enough for you, you have to increase capacity. I want to be somewhere between 40 and 60,000 man hours a year in an effective process, and that's just on the technical side of the business. From an administrative side of the business, I want to be somewhere between 10 and 20,000. And you put all those hours together, and that's just how I roll. That's my mentality. That's how I approach the situation. That's why I put out more cars than anybody. A lot of people say, you cut corners, you're doing it. Hey, baby, if you know what you're doing, it don't work like that. It's like saying top caterer feeds 10,000 people, and they did it in a day. Well, he cut corners because he fed 10,000 people. Nah, it doesn't work like that. You get your program together, you get your system together, you start aligning that labor together, allowing those part systems together. What you're going to find, man, you're going to start seeing increase in your business. Now, there are different departments in my business. I don't know what you do. You may be a segmented business, meaning maybe you do mechanic fabrication, or maybe you do mechanic work, or maybe you're a paint and body shop, maybe you're just an upholstery shop. I don't know. But you still have to take that calculation by hours. Now, if you're going to sub this out, you're going to have a lot of downtime there because you're going to be waiting on this project to come back in. However, that downtime doesn't go against your labor capacity. So if your capacity on a scale of 5 people is 10,400, if you subcontract out, you got to sub out sometimes, especially when you're small, because it's going to increase your capacity. So you can have an internal capacity. I hope I'm helping you. I hope I'm blessing you now. You can have an internal capacity of 10,400. That's your internal capacity. But then you have downtime of 25%, so that capacity went back down to a realistic billable of 7,500. So then you say, well, how can I increase my 7,500 capacity to 12,000 or 14,000? Then you're going to have to sub out. You're going to have to sub some things out so that your capacity can increase. So in my upholstery department, my woodwork, I have woodwork in there and at least two upholsterers in there. So I'm at 150 hours a week. That's not quite where I need to be. I really need to be about 200 hours a week. But I'm not there. I haven't found the right extra labor piece to add to this puzzle. But I want to be about 10,000 hours. I do it in-house. I want to be about 10,000. That's just in my upholstery, my woodwork, and my interior. And it's a little off. So sometimes I have to bring a technician from the finishing department, let that technician assist with that department to increase that department's capacity. But I just lost capacity on the finishing team. So on my finishing team, I try to keep a minimum of same thing, that another about 150 at a minimum. I probably should be about 225, 250, just based on our volume. But you got to look at it by the week. So when I'm building a car, when I'm doing a car, I'm looking at my internal capacity of what needs to be done. So a client can come and I say, I have that car ready in about 10 days. And the client be like, there's no way. And I'm like, well, I figure it's 220 hours there. And they're like, yeah, exactly. How you going to get it done? Because I have the internal capacity. I'm going to put 75 over there on the interior department. I'm going to put about 50 over here on the body department. I'm going to send 2 technicians over there. I'm going to put about 100 in over there. And that's just sort of like that. And that's kind of how it's done. That's kind of how you get there. And within a Monday production week, I get it done. So I want you to prepare yourself for production next year. Now, here's the exciting part. If you're in business, you get the bill for that labor now. If you're in business to make money. You're in business to be successful. But if you're going to make money in this business, you're going to have forward momentum. There's going to have to be a forward trajectory. There's going to have to be an upward cycle. You can't do the up and down, and the show can't do the Humpty Dumpty. The car was on the wall. The car had a great fall. Who's going to put the work back together again? You don't have time for that, man. This is about going forward. So go at your pace. Don't run your race. Don't keep up with nobody. Don't hurry up. Run the race you can run without taking that thing in reverse. Hey, man, we're talking about production. I hope that helps.